All right, we are rolling. Hey, guys.
Hey, Dr. Philip Chase.
Look at you guys. Look who's here, everybody.
That's right.
So I just want to ask you guys a question. What's it like to meet in the flesh people that you have been chatting with for, what is it now, 2 years?
Yes.
2 years.
Yeah.
2 years
I would say it was
on the
very
internet.
satisfying when Jimmy and I had our live wrestling match, and I destroyed him.
Oh, yeah.
I did a big boot off the top ropes, and just got him, and then one, two, three, it was out. It was out. Isn't that right, Jimmy?
Nice.
I don't remember it quite like that.
That's how it happened, Jimmy.
Well, of course you don't remember. You got knocked out.
That's right.
After the alligator hit you in the back of the head.
That's right.
A
Boom!
lot of concussions.
The alligator will do it every time.
You gotta watch the Gators in Florida.
It is
Yeah.
bizarre meeting people from online, but it's, I don't know, it's super cool.
Yeah, it's not as disappointing as you would think. No, it's wonderful. And I think it's been very fun, but it's also been very natural.
Yeah.
Not a lot of pressure, right? And I think that's probably a testament to how genuine a lot of the conversations have been that we've had. And that's kind of what real friends are. So
This is
it's
just
awesome.
an extension of Chatting the Nuts right here.
Yeah.
Nice. Very nice. All right, well, I'm going to move the camera here a little bit.
Yes.
And Johanna is here. Hello, Johanna.
Hello, Philip.
So, what about you? What's it like to meet all these strange people in person?
It's strange. It's wonderful. I don't know what to say. I guess it was very exciting, and they're all just as wonderful in real life. I guess I can confirm that.
Yeah? We're actually as nice in real life as you think we are on the internet.
Except for Philip.
Except for me.
Yeah, total fraud.
Philip is an absolute tyrant. Absolute tyrant.
Very rude.
And I have
What
been-
about him?
Hang on, I have been
about
telling
him?
people. I have been telling people the entire time about my nemesis. Dr. Fantasy is evil.
I tried.
We have definitive
I tried
proof
to
of
tell
it. Now that people have met you in person, they see not only are you actually tiny, that you're only a half man.
Philip is, I mean, he's basically 5'1", if he's a foot.
I thought Dr. Philip Chase was at least 6'6".
Yeah. Johanna, who is 5'1", is actually bigger than Philip.
It's
Philip is a hobbit.
the online film
Very
is
feet
a
and all.
lie. It is a carefully constructed lie. No one believes that Philip is a nice guy because he is so mean. He has been stealing candy from the children at the airport.
He took my bacon earlier
But
and just threw it on
He
the
said,
ground.
"Why isn't this crispy?" And he threw it
Threw it on
over.
the ground. He said, "Look, I'm vegetarian. I don't eat bacon. No one eats bacon." Threw it on the ground.
plus, it wasn't crispy.
It's gotta be crispy.
Oh, dear. Can you believe these guys, Johanna?
I'm nice. I think Philip's nice.
There. The truth comes out. You guys trust
we saw the
Johanna.
money exchange hands between Philip's publicist and Johanna.
Oh, dear. And, Steve?
This has been an experience.
Never again.
No, it's been good fun. It's great to see everybody. Definitely.
Well, likewise. It's been a really fun experience here in Florida, meeting all the gang and getting together with people who are already friends, but it's really cool to meet you all in person. So thank you all very much.
Absolutely.
All right.
Bye.
Welcome to my channel on the best of fantasy. This is the week that was. And in fact, it is the weeks that were because I'm accounting for the last couple weeks on the channel. As you can see, I was in Florida meeting with some beautiful people last Saturday, and it was just such a wonderful time that I had there. It was such just a wonderful thing to meet friends that we've made over BookTube. Jimmy and Alan and Johanna and AP and Steven Erikson. Also, I met and wonderful conversations with lots of just wonderful people, scholars, writers, including Stephen Donaldson, whose essays on epic fantasy I've made some videos about, and also Jenny Wirtz, a wonderful personality. It was just such a great time. And all those people that I've been talking to over the last couple years, they're just as wonderful as I imagined from interacting with them online. Jimmy is just as gracious and big as I thought, and Alan is just as joyful and fun. as I thought. Johanna is just as lovely and kind as I thought. And AP, well, AP, my nemesis. I have to thank AP specifically here because I never would have gone to ICFA, the conference in Florida. It's the International Conference for the Fantastic in the Arts. If it hadn't been for AP, because almost 2 years ago, he left a comment on one of my videos, my origins and development of the fantasy genre video, in which we got into a very nice exchange. And he said, someday maybe you'll come to ICFA and we can talk about this stuff. And so, wow, it happened. And I just want to thank AP, my nemesis. Don't tell anyone that I said something nice about him, but he is in fact every bit as wonderful as he appears on YouTube. So it was just such a great thing to meet everybody. And also Steven Erikson, my favorite author, turns out to be a really cool dude as well. So yeah, I mean, it was just such a grand time. Really wonderful time. And I'm so happy that I got to meet all these beautiful people and in real life. And I think this will be the first of many times. So yeah, it was just fantastic. I don't have words for it. It was just a lot of fun. And I'm so glad that I went. And I feel like I'm nearly 50 years old now, but I feel like I've, finally found my tribe, and it feels great. So yeah, and I also did some things now on the channel since I've been back, but even before, just to cover all the stuff that I haven't talked about in the previous episode of the week that was, we had a wonderful time with the Celebrating Women Writers video. This was a collaborative discussion inspired by Benjamin from Literature and Lofi, who had organized the February She Wrote event in which the other guests on my channel took part and reading women writers, mostly in the fantasy genre, but also outside of fantasy, some sci-fi, and just straight up other genres. So it was really a lot of fun talking with those wonderful people, including Benjamin himself from Literature and Lofi, but also Ursi from Circe's Booked, and also Fina from Fina Reads. And I cannot forget Bruce. Oh, wait, no, sorry. Rice. Oh, wait, come again. No, of course, Bryce. I'm just kidding. We had a little fun time talking about how our names get mangled by other people. So, of course, it's Bryce. I got you, buddy. And he was from Shelf Centered, wonderful person, all of them great people, and it was just a wonderful time chatting with them. And I also released a video from ICFA a week ago, which was a chat with Jimmy and AP and Steven Erikson. It was mostly a Malazan chat, and we had a bit of fun at the beginning and testing our acting skills, which turned out to be, it could be improved a little. But we had a great time, and it was a lot of fun having that chat. And it's a wee bit spoilery for the Malazan series, but not terribly. There's, I think, some very vague, minor spoilers that you could piece together from that discussion. But frankly, I don't think any big spoilers at all. Nothing, no big deal. But it was just great to chat with those guys, and that really was a sample of the discussions that went on constantly at the conference. I mean, we're just talking about fantasy with so many really wonderful people, and it was just that was what it was like the whole time. So great stuff. I also put out this week my review of Rage of Dragons by Evan Winter, and I'm so glad I finally got to that book. I did enjoy it for the most part. Lots of action. It flew by, a very fast read. So it was overall a thumbs up for me, for sure. I will continue in the Burning, the series. I think it's a 4-book series. But yeah, I was impressed, especially considering it's a debut novel, and he does action extremely well. I would have liked a little more character development, some quiet moments and that sort of thing. That is my personal taste, but it is certainly a page turner. And if you love, page turning epic fantasy with a really cool setting, then I think Rage of Dragons could be a win for you. I also put out my review of The Wind Through the Keyhole by Stephen King. It's book 4.5 in the Dark Tower series. It's a book that he wrote after he had completed the 7 books in the series. He sort of revisited the series in a way, and chronologically, the book takes place after book 4, Wizard and Glass, and before book 5, Wolves of the Kala. And it was a delightful little book. Sometimes there are these little books that just strike the right chord, and I was enchanted by The Wind Through the Keyhole. Beautiful book. I had said in my review that the key to it is compassion, and I really think that, and forgiveness as well. I should have mentioned forgiveness in my review. But what a beautiful book, very whimsical, very magical, and just the best of Dark Tower, really, encapsulated in a very small space with its really cool frame narrative as well. I talked about it's like nesting dolls with the story within a story within a story. And these stories are all resemble each other in terms of their thematic links and symbols that get repeated and some really cool stuff. So I had a great time reading that book. I cannot recommend it enough. If you're someone who's read Dark Tower before that book came out, I highly recommend you check out The Wind Through the Keyhole. And I'm glad I read it when I read it too. I know that some people kind of wanted me to wait until I'd finished the 7 books and then go back and read it for various reasons, but I'm really happy that I read it. It was the perfect book. Actually, I brought it to read on the plane, so that was the perfect choice for the plane reading, I guess, so it worked out really well. Elsewhere, I appeared in a couple conversations. One was the chat on An Autumn War, which Sarah actually hosted, but it was on Andrew's channel, on Andrew's Wizardly Reads, and of course Alan was there as well, and Nico. And unfortunately Zara was unable to join us, but hopefully she'll be with us when we do The Price of Spring, the last book in Daniel Abraham's Long Price Quartet, and yours truly will be hosting that conversation. So I'm really excited for that. And also, I was in the Beowulf chat with Mike over at Mike's Book Reviews. Had a blast with that. It was just a lot of fun to talk with my friend Mike. But also, I do love talking about Beowulf, as some of you may know, and about Tolkien, because we were chatting about Tolkien's translation of Beowulf. And it was a really fun time for me to revisit that. And just the combination of interest there is absolutely some of my favorite stuff in the whole wide world. So Tolkien, Beowulf, chatting with a good friend, having a nice conversation. So it went so fast, but I felt like everything that needed to be said was said. And so, yeah, it was great. If you're interested at all in Beowulf and the themes and what, at least my take and Tolkien's take in a way on the poem, then it's a great video to check out. And it's for that kind of conversation, not terribly long. I think it was under an hour, but what a great time. And what am I doing now? Well, I am reading another one. Just like Rage of Dragons, I had been kicking down the road so many times. So happy to say that I have started to read City of Brass. This is I think it's a trilogy, the Devabad trilogy, and it is by S.A. Chakraborty. So I'm not very far into it. But so far, I'm enjoying it very much. I have met what I think is probably the main character, the protagonist, and I am intrigued. So I'm happy to say that, and I'm looking forward to getting further into this. And after I finish City of Brass, pretty sure my next read is going to be, I just mentioned it, that I'll be hosting the conversation, but I will be first needing to read it and do my own review on The Price of Spring, book 4 in the Long Price Quartet. So that probably will follow my read of City of Brass. And then I anticipate at some point in probably right around the time, maybe when I'm finished with those 2 books, I will be having my discussions with AP on Dust of Dreams, book 9 of the Mlazen Book of the Fallen. So yeah, that is something I'm very excited about, and we will be doing it. So yeah, that'll be happening, and once that happens, I will start on The Crippled God, book 10 of the Mlazen Book of the Fallen. And I've said it many times, but this journey has been just the most incredible thing. The best thing that's happened on my channel by far, especially since I've been privileged to discuss these books with Professor Fireballs. and to glean insights from that, and to be able to talk with Stephen Erikson as well during certain moments. It's just been wonderful, just been tremendous, this journey, and I cannot believe that it is. We're coming down. The end of the race is coming, and the final stretch is on the horizon, and it's incredible to me. I can't wait to read The Crippled God. And that will be followed by another one that I can't wait to read and discuss with AP, and that is the final book in the Malazan world for me to read. It is A Sail by Ian Esselmont. And once again, this is a series, The Novels of the Malazan Empire, a 6-book series that has been just considerably enriched for me by the fact that I've been reading it along with AP and had the privilege of talking to Ian Esselmont at certain moments as well during our read of the series. So I hope that AP and I will have the opportunity to chat with both Malazan authors. That would be my dream anyway, when we are finished with those respective books, perhaps a series. It would be really awesome to have all 4 of us get together again. We've done it once before, and it appeared on AP's channel, A Critical Dragon. This incredible to me that I'm at this point where I only have 1 book left to read in the 2 respective Malazan series. So yeah, great stuff. And after all, I am also doing some other things on other people's channels as well. Some upcoming really cool stuff. I will be having a chat with Chaz today. As you're watching this video, it's on Saturday. It is going to be at 11 o'clock Eastern time here in the United States. So whatever your time zone is, I hope perhaps you'll be able to join us. But I will be on Chaz's channel, Bookish Chaz. I've put out an announcement about that, so you could find that in my community tab, or you could find it through his channel. And I'm very much looking forward to chatting with Chaz. He's been a guest on my channel before, where for a Dark Tower discussion, and I imagine that Dark Tower will come up among other things. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. And I have the next episode of Dear Dr. Fantasy all scheduled. I'm very excited to be talking with Sarah from Sarah Reads, who will be my guest, and that is scheduled for early April. So look for that discussion. I also have several other episodes of Dear Dr. Fantasy scheduled. Have a day and time and everything. I'll just announce the one after Sarah is going to be Ruth and Bad. So none other than the Cipher of Malaztube. So one of the most brilliant persons I know on Malaztube /booktube /YouTube. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to having that chat with Ruth and Bad, who has been a guest on my channel before when we talked about the Bocalain and Corbel Broach novellas, and I was a guest on his channel as well for that. So we had that with those discussions with AP. But I'm looking forward to having a more broad-ranging discussion with Ruth and Bad. So that's going to be a lot of fun. And also, I will be in a discussion on Steve's channel, Steve Talks Books, on Dead House Gates. So he has invited me back to continue to talk with him and his other friends. I will be naming them specifically as we get closer to the date. That'll be on April 9. So yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. That's a Saturday, I believe. And I'll be chatting with them about Dead House Gates, Book 2 of the Malazan Book of the Fallen. So yeah, very excited for that as well. And the other last thing I want to announce and mention, I've mentioned it before, but there's a specific date now of April 10 for the charity Jeopardy. And I'm revealing little bits and pieces, I guess, about this. I've talked about it before. I don't think I mentioned that Sarah is going to be the host for this. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I don't think it's been quite officially announced yet by Sarah, so I'm going to keep my mouth shut about the other guests for the charity Jeopardy, but I think you will be pleased by the other guests. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and for a very important cause. So I will be talking about that some more perhaps in the next episode of The Week That Was. So, well, thanks for listening to all this, and until next time.